excited because I am talking about the Lorac Mega Pro 3, and I have wanted this from the moment I saw it. I was like, it is so beautiful, and I ordered it as soon as it came out, and it literally took forever to ship, and then it was supposed to come yesterday, and the UPS or the USPS accidentally transferred it to the wrong post office or something like that, so it took an extra day. And I actually live in a city now, so I was super like excited because I was like, I'm gonna go to Ulta on the day it releases and get it right away, and I don't have to wait for it to ship. And so I called the store that I was gonna go to like the day before it released, and I was like, hey, are you gonna have the Lorac Mega Pro 3 tomorrow? And she was like, what Mega Pro 3? Like, she had no idea what I was talking about, and she was like, I'll go look. And then she hung up on me after I was waiting on hold for like 5 minutes. So I just decided to play it safe and order online. Anyways, this is a first impression type of video. I did already do like an eye look using it. I just got it today and I just did the eye look now. So I am going to be posting that as a separate video, and I will link it down below. I'm going to upload these two at the same exact time. So like I said, I'll have it linked if you guys are interested in the eye look that I'm wearing now. But I did just want to play with it a little bit on my eyes and kind of get an impression on that. And then I figured that we could go through, do swatches. It comes in a little box like this. It is $59. It is 0.45 ounces, and that's a little over twice as much as their regular palettes, which are 0.19. So the actual packaging is white. It's in the same like type of material as all their other palettes or other like pro palettes, and then the lettering is rose gold, which I think is super pretty. Unlike everybody else, I could care less that it's gonna get dirty. I mean, it's not like I'm buying it for the packaging, I'm buying it for the shadows. But personally, like my aesthetic, I love the look of a palette that's really used and you can just tell how loved it is. So if this gets messy, I'm gonna love the way it looks. Basically, you've got 2 rows of matte, 2 rows of shimmer. There's a mix of warm, cool, and rosy shades. So I feel like, especially if you're starting out in makeup and you don't really understand the difference, or you don't really know what you like yet, then this would be a great palette for you. Because you can really like see what floats your boat. I just think that this is a really classic type of palette. However, it's nothing like super special. I'm pretty sure that if I really wanted to, I could go through my collection and like dupe all these shades. And also, if you're really dark and you're a woman of color or a man of color and you're looking into this, I have noticed that like white people have loved it and thought it was really pigmented, really vibrant, and then I've noticed that a lot of like darker skinned people have said it's kind of ashy. There's not really a lot of difference between the shades for you. They kind of like look the same. So I will link like a review down below of a woman of color, just in case you're watching my channel because you like me, but I can't really give you an accurate representation of what this will look like on you or swatch like on you. So I will leave a review that I enjoy watching down below. But anyways, we're gonna start off and do swatches. Okay, this is Pink Cream. See, it's really pink and it's, I don't know, it doesn't highlight me at all. It kind of just blends in with my skin tone. Okay, next is Tan, which kind of reminds me of like a really soft pinky brown. I really like that shade. So this next one is Pecan. It's pecan, not pecan. You pee in a can, you eat a pecan. That's what my Nana always says. But that one again, these are all super beautiful shades to me. I can see myself using these a ton. Next is Walnut. Beautiful. Ooh. I just swatched Dusty Mauve, and that is like a lot more vibrant than I thought it was going to be. It's really pretty. And then that next one is Violet Gray, which is actually a really cool shade. It's kind of like a gray purple. It's really pretty. Gray purple, violet gray. Exactly, it's exactly what the name says it is. This next shade is Eggplant. It's very dark, but it does have a lot of kick up. There, that is actually, you guys, this is gonna be a dupe for the Makeup Forever eyeshadow in Eggplant. It looks the exact same. It's just as pigmented, and I'm obsessed with that shade. It's like $21, and this is definitely a dupe for that, so that's really exciting. I'm assuming DK stands for dark, so this is dark navy, which it actually does swatch a little bit more navy than it appears in the pan. Okay, so that is the entire first row, all very beautiful, and you can really just see how much there is a mix of cool, warm, and rosy. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the second row here. So that shade is Crap, and as you can see, it kind of just blends in with my skin. It doesn't highlight me whatsoever. You can barely even see it. This next shade is Toffee, which is really pretty, just like a light, very orange type crease shade. If you're kind of scared of wearing oranges, I feel like this is one that you could take with a really fluffy brush and just like throw through your crease really quickly and just use like everything else really neutral, and that would be really pretty and kind of just give you a little bit of something different, but nothing too crazy if you're scared. This next shade right here is Mist. I like it. It looks kind of unique. It's actually very bright, a very bright gray. I feel like that'd be really pretty all over the lid for a like gray, black, matte, smoky eye look. This shade is Vintage. Again, a very cool, unique type of shade. It's kind of like a poopy brown, but like a little bit more of a cool toned poopy brown. Poopy brown. This shade right here is Hickory. It doesn't really speak to me at all. It's a very like blah shade to me, but I guess it would be good for deepening the outer V without going in with like the darkest color possible. This shade is Maple, and it is so gorgeous. I love it. It was pigmented, it's so smooth. I mean, they all are, but like just, I love warm shades. So this next shade right here is Bark. I feel like it was just a little less pigmented than the others. You can see it kind of got like, it did the gradient quicker than the other shades. I don't know. I mean, it's still a nice shade to have, but it wasn't as creamy as some of the other ones. Okay, you guys, this last matte shade is just amazing. This is Jet Black. It is a repeat. I literally have this shade 4 times. No, I think 5 times. I have this shade so many times. But as you can see, it is very pigmented. And the thing about this black is that a lot of black shadows, even if they're really pigmented, like Makeup Beat Corrupt, I die for Makeup Beat Corrupt. It is so pigmented, you need just the tiniest amount, but it is a very, very dry shadow. So again, that is all the mattes. Definitely a nice variety. I just feel like you're getting a lot with this palette. You're not just getting one color scheme, which is something that I really like. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to shimmers, which I am extra excited for because I love shimmery eyeshadows. They're like the pop of a look. They're really fun. So we're gonna start off with Snow, which I'm already really impressed with because when I put it on my inner corner, oh yeah, that's what's up. Beautiful. I would even use that as a highlight on my face, and I think it would be amazing. This next shade is Kava, which is like the perfect kind of rosy gold. I love this. It's so bright and pretty. Oh gosh, this is so pretty. This is the shade Cider. It's so pretty and pigmented, and if you have blue or green eyes like Coppers, just make them go. This next shade is Bellini, and it's kind of more of like a peachy rose gold type shade. Again, really, really pretty. This next shade is Brown Sugar. Normally, I'm not a fan of like super shimmery dark colors, but this one is so beautiful. Like it just has, you kind of see like how the light gives it like this gold reflect. That is so pretty. That would be such a pretty smoky eye. This next shade is Sequoia, which I actually saw like everyone butchering the name, and then in the comments people would say like, oh, it's Sequoia, like this is what it is. So thank you for those comments on other people's videos because I actually know how to pronounce it now. But very, very similar to Brown Sugar, just a touch more red. However, I feel you could get very similar looks out of it. It is still really pretty though. This shade is so pigmented. This is Glacier, and it's kind of more of a like bright, darker blue silver type of color, as opposed to the Lorac Pro 2 has like a silver that's like a true silver. I think this one takes on a lot more of a blue undertone, and I really love it. This next shade is Deep Fog. Again, super gorgeous, very blue toned gray. I feel like one of the best things about this palette is that you have it for fall, and it's like, yes, fall totally makes sense, warm, rich kind of shades. And then like winter and like Christmas, New Year's is kind of more of like, it's a little bit more cool toned than like fall. So I feel like you can still get those like very Christmas, New Year's looks out of it. So that is the entire first row of shimmers. All beautiful, not one of them leaving anything to be desired. Okay, so this next shade is Tulle, and it's so pretty. Oh great. It's gonna blend right in with my skin tone. It's very, very beautiful though. It's like this like soft, very pink shimmer. I hope you guys can see it a little bit. I'm too pale, so I kind of messed up right there, but this next shade is Pink Bronze. This color does nothing for me. I mean, it's pretty, but it's just like probably not one that I'm like dying to use or anything like that. This next shade right here is Rust, which is a lot more of an orange copper than Cider right here. It's definitely got more of that orange tone to it, but it's really, really pretty. I actually think it's kind of unique. This next shade right here is Rose Quartz. So beautiful. I actually wasn't initially that attracted to this color, but I love the sheen on it. It is so pretty. This shade right here is Olive, and I did use this shade today all underneath my lower lash line, just because I noticed a lot of people complaining that it wasn't as olive or as green as they wanted. I think that it does show up pretty green. I think it looks really pretty under the lower lash line. It's not something you can really tell from afar. You probably just think it looks dark under there, but up close it has like a really pretty shimmer to it, and just I think it's really nice. And if you really want it to be more green, you can use like a green base or something underneath it to kind of manipulate the color. This next shade is called Dark Rose, and I actually wanted to show you it on my finger because it reminds me of if you ever got mechanical pencil on your finger, like the shine and the way it looked, or if you ever did like sketching and you kind of like use your finger to buff the pencil and you'd have like that on your finger. I don't know, it looks like a mechanical pencil to me, but there it is, swatched out. Again, does nothing for me. I just really am not like, I mean, I think it's pretty and all, but I just never use like really, really dark shimmery shades. I mean, I would probably use it underneath my lower lash line. This next shade here is Pomegranate. I do think that it's a lot more vibrant in the palette. That is what I have on my eyelids, and I first went in with a brush. It was kind of sheer. I then went in with my finger. It helped some. I think that if you really want to use this color, it would be better under some type of base. It is true, like it's just not as like vibrant as a lot of people would want it to be and what I would want it to be. It's still really pretty and you can make it work, but I do wish it was just a little bit more intense. And then this last shade all the way down here is Licorice, and it is just a shimmery true black. It almost kind of looks a little bit gray, but yeah, that's Licorice. And I think that would actually be really, really pretty, like if you did like a black smoky eye and you put that as a base and then you did some type of glitter on top of it. I think that would be really pretty. Okay, so that is the entire 2 rows of shimmers, all really beautiful. Again, such a great variety. My favorites, definitely love Snow. I love Kava, which is the second color. I really like Glacier, and I like Rose Quartz a lot too. Those are probably my favorite ones. So my overall first impression is that it's a really beautiful palette. It swatches really well, it's pigmented, it's on par with all the other Lorac shadows, which overall, in case you haven't tried their formula, is just really soft, a little bit powdery, there is some kick up, there is some fallout. That's just what comes with the game when you have a shadow this creamy and soft, but I personally don't mind it at all. It's one of my favorite shadow formulas along with Kat Von D. So overall, really impressed. So I figured I would wait till the end of the video just to show you kind of comparisons to other Lorac palettes that I have, just because I feel like everyone does this. Some people have the other Mega Pros, which I don't. So if you guys just want to say goodbye and click out of the video now, I totally understand, because this isn't my cup of tea to watch, but I'm sure it will help some other people, so I'm just going to show you guys real quick. And I'm just gonna point out colors that are similar also while we go through this. But here is the original. You kind of have light bronze is kind of close to Kava, nude is close to Tulle, cream is close to pink cream, mauve is kind of close to dusty mauve but a little less vibrant. And then obviously you have black, even though they call it jet black, here is the same. And then licorice and deep purple actually look pretty similar. And slate and deep fog look kind of similar too. And I feel like you could probably get away with using garnet instead of sequoia. Okay, so this is the Lorac Pro 2. Buff is close to crepe. Snow and Snow. Rose is kind of close to pink bronze. And then beige, it kind of looks like Kava also. Black and black are the same. I also have this little matte one. Jet black and jet black are the same. But pink mauve actually looks a lot like tan. And corduroy kind of looks like bark. But it's not too similar. Burgundy is definitely a little more red, and eggplant is definitely a little bit more purple. I also have their little Pro to Go. Again, black and black, basically the same. I think chai kind of looks like cider a little bit, and then shell looks like crepe. I also have this limited edition palette that I got forever ago. It was only $15, but I do want to mention it because pecan looks like the third shade, cider looks like the second shade, crepe is kind of close to the first shade, the fourth shade is kind of close to walnut, the fifth shade looks just like rust, the sixth shade looks just like olive, and this last shade doesn't exactly look like dark roast, but I feel like you could get almost the same. So I do think that they repeated some colors from this little $15 palette into this one. So if you own this and you own all the other ones, I don't know if you technically need this, even though you don't have these really pretty mauves. You guys, I'm not good at convincing anyone to save money, sorry. Also, a size reference, because I thought this was kind of small when I got it. I don't know why I thought it was going to be humongous, or I don't know why I thought it was going to be so big. But in case you are wondering, here it is in comparison to the contour palette. So it's not quite as big as I thought it was going to be. And also, FYI, I hate this thing. I wish I returned it when I had a chance. Okay, so that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I will have the tutorial to the look I'm wearing now linked down below for you guys, so you can go check it out and kind of see the shadows in action, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. It's just good to know so that you can make an informed decision on your purchases, and you're not kind of screwing yourself over by being ignorant to the amount versus the cost.